Welcome back to another exciting video. And what we're going to talk about today, a short video. So that's a plus. How much fret buzz should your guitar actually have? All right, so I wanted to jump on here because I answer a lot of questions about guitar setup and fret buzz, which is cool. And on a side note, real quick, if you send me questions, I will answer them. It may take me a day or two, depending on what is going on in my world. And like I said, you know, just getting over COVID, voice not fully back yet. We had band practice last night, man, and trying to sing was just murder for me. Because I mean, I have no vocal range right now because of the COVID. Still dealing out of the congestion. And, you know, like I said, I'm going for the record. I've had it 4 times, going for the record. But on that note, I've been getting a lot of questions about fret buzz lately, especially over the last few weeks. People getting their guitars dialed in, which is very cool. You should always work on your own guitars. That is something I'm a big advocate of, because if you keep sending them to people to work on them, to do a guitar setup, and then that guy quits and moves away or whatever, and then you got a new guy that's going to try to set it up, and he's not going to know how you like it, yada, yada. And if you're taking it to, you know, God forbid, someplace like Guitar Center where they just hire these kids off the street. Oh, guess what? You're the guitar technician today. And trust me, I've seen it. One of my friends went and had his guitar set up at Guitar Center, and it came back shit. And I told him, I said, hey, just give me the damn guitar and let me fix it for you. So if you work on your guitar, like I said, there's really nothing you can break on it. And the more you work on it, you'll start understanding how everything works. And like I keep saying, you know, the whole thing is a balance game, is getting everything balanced down. But been getting a lot of questions about fret buzz lately. And it is almost inherent. If you're going to have fast action on an electric guitar, you're going to have some fret buzz. And that's okay. Because what you're looking for is you don't want it to fret out, but a little fret buzz is all right. And let me show you what I'm talking about. This is the Ibanez, my 1070 PBZ that I'm giving away. You know, if we hit the numbers, yada, yada. The beautiful 1070 PBZ, I might add. Plays like a champ. Everybody needs to get off their ass and get subscribers so I can give this thing away. Because somebody's going to win this beautiful guitar, but we need a lot of subscribers. So come on, boys. Get off your ass. Get some subscribers going on this thing so we can give this amazing... Look at this. Look how thin this thing is. This thing's absolutely gorgeous. And it truly is a gorgeous guitar. And it plays phenomenal. Absolutely plays phenomenal. Look at this thing. Yeah. Absolutely amazing. So everybody needs to get off their ass and subscribe to the channel so I can give this thing away, because we got a ton of subscribers to go still. Let me get the lights on here. Look at that. Oh, that's beautiful. Should I need to get my camera and do some photography on this? So if you can hear it there, that it's actually pretty clean right there, and that's normal. That's how it should be. But it's pretty normal when you start fretting the guitar to have a little bit of fret buzz in the guitar. Because like I said, it's a balancing act. It's how much fret buzz can you deal with on your guitar to get the action set up that you want. Now, if you've seen me work on a guitar, like I just put up the Randy Rhoads video, and you see me doing stuff like this, what I'm doing is I'm listening to see if it's fretting out. And normally I will do that pretty much all over the guitar to see if the guitar is fretting out. And what you're checking for is how much fret buzz do you have in the guitar. And if it is fretting out, if the guitar is fretting out, then obviously you got a couple of things you got to deal with. The first thing, if it's only fretting out around an area of 3 or 4 frets, then chances are you've got a fret that is not level with the rest of the frets. Because in order to get very good action, all your frets are going to have to be as level as possible. So if everything's playing good, but you have this one little area to where everything's just kind of fretting out, then chances are you've got a high or low fret in here that's causing it to fret out on the previous, on a different fret. And so if I have a low fret here and I'm holding it here, it's going to fret out because I'm pressing it down and it's actually going lower than the rest of the frets. So if I have a low fret here at 5, if I have a low fret here at 5, then, and this fret is standard at 6, it's the regular height. That means it's going to fret out here at 5. It's just going to be hitting the fret at 6. And it kind of works the same way. If the fret is too high here, then when I go back, it's going to be hitting the high fret. So, and that's how you can kind of tell. If I have a fret that's fretting out right here at 5, then 4, 5, and 6, somewhere right here is my issue. Usually one behind and one in front of is my issue. And you've got to find out what is the fret's too low. If it's too low, it's kind of a pain in the ass because that means you're literally going to have to pull the fret up. That sucks. Because what you don't want to get into is having to take all your other frets down to accommodate one low fret because you're going to end up doing the entire board. That's stupid. Try to pull the fret up. And if it doesn't work, pull the fret out, put a new fret in, and start working on the fret. And that you may have to have somebody to do, of course, because that requires a bit of work. But for all shits and giggles, if all your frets are fairly well leveled and you've got the guitar set up and the action, because the action on this guitar is actually pretty damn low, and I really don't have any fretting issues. And it sustains pretty much all over the guitar. And so I've got this set up very well. But like I said, when I start fretting this off, I do have a bit of fret buzz. And it's a little more predominant down here on the bottom 3 strings than it is on the top 3 strings. Well, that's okay for me. That is acceptable. The guitar is not fretting out. It's not so much fret buzz that it's transferring into my amp. So I'm okay with having that little bit of fret buzz to have a faster action. Now, granted, if I wanted to slow my action down and just get rid of my fret buzz altogether, you can do that. And I do know blues guys that play with their action relatively high because they play on so many clean channels. They want 0 fret buzz. So their action is set up pretty high, but I keep mine between 2 and 3/64ths, which is relatively low, actually. And especially when I get around 2/64ths, then I really start getting a bit of noticeable fret buzz. And if it's to the point that it is coming through my amp, then I will start making very fine adjustments because I'm going to have some fret buzz. I'm okay with that. What I'm not okay with is my guitar fretting out or the fret buzz picking up through my amp. Now, you're going to have a lot of fret buzz for that. But something else you might want to think about. If your guitar is set up, this is something most people don't register. If your guitar is set up very well, let me drop this off. And yes, that's the guitar that I'm giving away. If everybody would subscribe to the channel, get everybody you know to subscribe so we can give this thing away on December 31st. Because if we don't give it away, if we don't hit our numbers, then on January 1st, I'm going to make a video and I'm just going to well and beat the shit out of this guitar just because nobody won the damn thing. Don't hold me to that. I can't beat up any guitar, as you can tell. I mean, I've had this one for 2 years and it's absolutely flawless. Take very good care of my equipment. But something else, if your action is set up good and you are not getting, and you're getting some fret buzz, but you're not fretting out, the problem may not be the guitar. The problem may be you. Because one thing, this one guy was sending me stuff, and he and I were going back and forth, and about the fret buzz on his guitar. And I finally decided, I was like, well, maybe you're just picking too hard or using too hard of a pick. Because just because you play with a hard pick and you play on a guitar with extremely low action and you're getting a bit of fret buzz, that still may not be the right setup for you. Now, I do play with an extremely hard pick, but I also pick extremely lightly. I do not pick hard. I do not beat on the damn guitar because my goal is, I love playing legato stuff, and my goal is for my pick stroke to be the same volume of my legato. If my pick stroke is too hard and I'm putting out too much volume, then when I play legato, there's a noticeable change. So, and this is a problem I've had in the past, and I really didn't even notice it till a couple of years ago. So I've been working on playing extremely light with my pick hand so it's the same volume as my legato. Because I love, I'll pick a string and Now pick one note, play 3, pick one note, play the other 2, pick one note, play 3, or whatever have you. So the problem could also be you're just picking too damn hard, because beating the hell out of your strings, now that's fine. And I got to admit, you get caught up in the moment, you're playing a big show, the crowd is into it, there's a lot of energy, you're going to just thrash on your guitar. I'm guilty of it. I still do it today. When the crowd is banging and everybody in the band is on point, and you just get caught up in it, man, you just start beating on that damn guitar. But you got to be cognizant of the fact that you're beating on your damn guitar. So what I have done to compensate for the fact that I play with an extremely heavy pick, I use a blue chip pick, which is a composite. And dude, it doesn't flex at all. It does not flex even a little bit. And if I held the pick tight and played normally, then I would get a tremendous amount of fret buzz. So what I've started doing is I've started holding the pick a lot lighter and letting the pick move around in my hand instead of gripping the pick and pushing it through the string. Because when you take the pick and you apply it to a string, something has to give. If you're holding the pick and you got a very heavy pick and you're holding it very tight, what gives is the string, obviously. As you push it, the string will move down and then pop up as you come off of it. And that's fine. And I do notice that I do that a lot more when I'm playing heavier rhythm stuff than when I'm soloing. But because I use such a heavy pick, if I hold it tight, like I said, something has to give. And so you're picking that string extremely hard. The harder you pick it, the hell of a lot more it's going to vibrate. That's going to cause more fret buzz. So what I've started doing is I've started really holding my pick lightly. So I'm going to use my phone, because if I use a pick, it's just not going to show. It's going to be too damn, the pick's going to be too small. So we're going to use my Samsung, worst phone I ever had in my life, Samsung Galaxy, one of the new ones, worst phone I ever had in my life. Shocking how bad this phone is. And maybe I just got a turd, but this is the second one they've sent me, and it's equally as big as a turd. And so this is my pick, and I'm holding my pick. I'm guessing it's very big, and this is my string. A lot of value production on this video, guys. A lot of value production. So like I said, if I'm holding the pick very hard and I'm pushing through, something has to give. And if you notice, the pick's not giving at all because I'm pushing the pick through the string. That's going to cause the string to vibrate a tremendous amount. In turn, causes a lot of fret buzz. So what I started to do is I started holding my very head, because my pick's thick, about like this damn phone. I started holding my pick much lighter. So when I'm plucking the string now, if you notice the foam, my pick will actually give a little more too and slide past it. Then when I come up, the pick will give a little more this way and slide past it. So what's happening is I'm not hitting the string as hard, which is causing it to vibrate less, which causes less fret buzz. And it actually took me a minute to get, and I still forget it sometimes, it actually took me a minute to get a feel for that, because the pick was physically moving around in my hands. Now, it wasn't moving to the point of rotating and all that. I still got a good grip on it, but I've got just enough to where the pick will actually move. If I'm holding it here, as I strike a string, the pick will move a little bit like this. And that made my pick attack exceptionally lighter, which also got rid of a lot of my fret buzz because I keep my action so low. And I would rather have my action low. Getting messages on my YouTube channel. So I will finish this, run in there and answer the question. And this one is actually from, let's see here. Blessed Heavy Elements. Right on, man. Do a lot of chatting with this person. A lot of chatting back and forth. So very cool. So I'll be in there answering that here in just a minute. And but like I said, because I keep my action so low, adjusting how I pick with a very heavy pick actually helped on my fret buzz quite a bit. So the point I'm making is you're going to have fret buzz. If you're going to have low action on an electric guitar and you want it fast, you are going to have some fret buzz. It's going to be impossible to get it all out with very low fast action. It just is not going to happen. So there's got to be a give and take. So if you want very low action, like I have, and like I said, at that point, the fret buzz is inherent. If something has to give. So either you have to adjust your playing style to accommodate that incredibly low action, or you got to raise your action and slow your guitar down. Those are the only two things. Personally, I suggest changing the way you pick. And let me tell you, that is extremely freaking hard. I started, I guess it was about 2 years ago. I started noticing, I just didn't like the way I picked a guitar anymore. And what got me started on that is I bought a John Petrucci, what's the new guitar? The one with all the freaking horns, the Majesty. And before I say this, I do love Music Man products. Hate that damn guitar. And what it was is the one that I had, the strings were literally, they were so close to the pickup, I could tap the string and it would hit the pickup. Well, because of the way I played and the way I would palm mute, when I would start playing, the pressure from my palm would cause the string to hit the pickup, and it would the whole time I was playing. Drove me freaking insane. Kept that guitar about 20 days, sent it back. And I'm not saying Music Man makes bad guitars. I am not saying that. I could have just gotten one with extremely high pickups. I don't know how that could be because they're hard mounted. Music Man makes fantastic products. I'm not saying it. I just did not like that particular guitar. And if I was buying a John Petrucci, I would buy like a JP15 or something like that instead of that Majesty. I just didn't like that Majesty. And so I digress. But I noticed on that, and that's actually what got me thinking about the way that I pick. And so I started adjusting how I pick, how I hold the pick, how I hold my hand, and how I actually attack the string. And that started to make a big difference in how I was perceiving, how I was getting the fret buzz off of my strings, because I adjusted my hand and I lightened up the way that I pick, and I let that pick move in my hands a little bit, which actually helped with my fret buzz. So, and because of that, I could actually pull my action down a little bit lower to where if I was playing hard, it would be too much fret buzz. But the fact that I've adjusted how I pick with my right hand, it equaled out and the fret buzz wasn't as hard, so I could have a little lower action. So I know that's a whole shit ton of information and a very small things. I am wrapping this video up right there. I know it's a ton of information, but these are all things you've got to be aware of while you're playing guitar and while you're working on your guitar. Fast action, extremely fast action is going to mean some fret buzz. That's just how it works, period. So you have your only options are to raise the action or to adjust the way you pick. Now, before I wrap this up, like I said, adjusting the way you pick, that almost takes you back to square one. But if you look at the mechanics of your right hand, you might just realize I'm not doing this the best way possible. So if you're having any issues with that, or if you don't understand what I'm talking about with the pick hand, drop me a line. I will shoot a video on it. It will not take long. And I'm going to wrap this thing up right there. But if you're going to play electric guitar and you're going to rock, you're going to have fret buzz, and it's okay. It is okay. Not the end of the world, guys. Every guitar I own has fret buzz, even my EVHs, which are built like a freaking tank and amazing guitars. When I'm fretting the guitar down, they have some fret buzz. Some. That's the key word, some. So we're going to wrap it up right there on that note. And like the great Billy Joel says, changed it up on you, didn't I? Life is a series of hellos and goodbyes, and I'm afraid it is time for goodbye again. So until the next time, work on your own guitars. Trust me, it will serve you so well in the end. If you work, you hear the congestion? This is what's hung over from the damn COVID. Sorry. Work on your own guitars. It will do you a world of good. And how you play and how you understand how the instrument works. That is critical. Until the next time, get your guitar straightened down. If you have any questions or comments, please send them to me. I will respond back. I even respond back to comments. Even if it doesn't require an answer, I still answer the damn thing. Please subscribe to the channel. Hit the bell, the whole 9 yards. We've got to get cracking. We are now running out of time, and we got a very long way to go. One more time. This is the Ibanez 1070 PBZ. It is absolutely stunning. Somebody needs to win this guitar. So everybody needs to get off their ass, like I said, and get everybody to subscribe so we can get this thing to happen. So on that note, we're going to wrap it up right there. And until the next video, all my friends, my peeps, I just think that shit's funny. My peeps. I heard somebody say that and I started dying laughing. And I know people have been saying it forever. Rock on.